Coming up tonight on Live from Stadium Drive, we look at the historic quarterback's performance.
Did you say quarterbacks or cornerback? I don't know. Plus, the exclusive injury update interview you've been waiting for.
Exclusively on tonight's updated edition of Live from Stadium Drive.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
It has been a guessing game all week since the Packers' victory over the Bears on Sunday night. And now with the Vikings coming to town, no one knows what to expect come Sunday.
Will he or won't he?
Or won't he? I'm Tommy Burns.
And I'm Matty Day. And tonight on Live from Stadium Drive, we have an exclusive interview with Packers head coach Mike McCarthy. Now, McCarthy's been his usual tight-lipped self, but he's agreed to open up to us in an exclusive interview.
Coach, thanks for joining us. Coach McCarthy. Coach, can you hear me? Coach, do we have... Tina, do we have...
Tina,
We just...
Not
We just had Coach a little bit. Tina, do we have... Okay, you're telling me we do? Are we back? Do we have... Coach,
Okay.
can you hear me? We do. We have Coach. Coach McCarthy, thank you for joining us here on Live from Stadium Drive. Could you please comment on the rumors swirling about the injury that you sustained whilst reviewing film that you allegedly cracked the crown late Sunday night?
You know, when you're dealing with these types of situations, really to sit and talk on a specific of it publicly is not very smart, so I'm not going to do that.
Well, Coach, you seem to be in good spirits just a couple of days after the oral surgery. Could you walk us through what the procedure was like?
That's a great question, but those questions are really for, you know, when I'm sitting on a porch someday, because I mean, I was numb.
Coach McCarthy, do you care to respond to the rumors that it was indeed frozen nougat that caused the cracked crown from which you suffered, which would be a direct violation of the keto diet Packers trainers have you prescribed?
Couldn't tell you.
Coach, would you say it was a frozen form of a candy bar?
I mean, if the next four questions are going to be the same, I mean, just ditto the answer. I mean, really, we are where we are, so.
Coach McCarthy, thanks for joining us. As we wrap up, is there anything you'd like to add on Live from Stadium Drive?
Aaron Rodgers will work in the rehab group today.
This isn't the first time a Packers QB has battled substance abuse issues. You remember Brett Favre battled it early in his career. No word on Aaron Rodgers' drug of choice, but many observers have noted his penchant for frequent use of smelling salts.
Over the Mississippi and through the plains, over to Kirk Cousins' hut we go.
New Minnesota Vikings starting quarterback Kirk Cousins had a successful debut in the Twin Cities when they took on the San Francisco 49ers.
Now, if Vikings fans had been hyperbolic about signing Kirk in the offseason from the Washington Redskins, I'd say their excitement was justified this last Sunday as Kirk put on a 244-yard, two-touchdown performance against the Niners. Early returns on the monster contract serving as evidence for something Packers fans have long suspected. They sure do love their cousins out there in Minnesota.
Looking ahead to this Sunday's action in the NFC North, we welcome Minnesota Vikings Director of Fan Relations, Stan Stansworth. Stan, thanks for joining us.
Gentlemen, on behalf of the storied Minnesota Vikings franchise, which is historic, I'd like to thank you for inviting me.
Now, Director Stansworth, how would you respond to league-wide criticism that being a four-time Super Bowl losing
Opportunity to host the 2017 Super Bowl in your own stadium blowing,
Christian Ponder at 13th overall drafting,
Mike Tice hiring,
Brad Childress hiring,
Love boating,
Wizinating,
old stadium roof collapsing,
new stadium innocent bird murdering,
owner Ziggy Wilf racketeering,
Kirk Cousins overpaying,
Herschel Walker over trading,
Gary Anderson shanking,
Blair Walsh shanking,
embarrassing skull chanting,
redundant horn blowing,
Ragnar cuckolding,
Jared Allen having to remind your own fans to get loud for the defense requiring,
has left your Minnesota Vikings organization
if one can call it that,
a laughingstock of lowly
laughable,
losers with a slack-jawed, toothless mouthful of bitter,
purple,
sour grapes.
Well, I'm actually so glad you asked me that question because the Minnesota Vikings franchise.
And that's all the time we have for tonight.
Thanks, Stan, for joining us.
Thank you, the listener, for tuning in.
We have been, will be, and always are live
From
Stadium
Drive.